What it do, people? It's your boy Leveled Head Gamer, back with another video. Drinking on some good old cold Kool-Aid. See the snowman on the front? This is my wife cup. It's kind of cute, so I thought I'd use it. Good old cherry Kool-Aid. So anyway, how y'all feeling? Been a minute since I made a video strictly for the channel. If y'all didn't check out my last upload, it was the debate with Hip Hop Gamer. Please go back and check that out. Anyway, let's get it in. I enjoyed myself, you know what I'm saying? Let me catch y'all up to speed. I really enjoyed myself on the show, on with the debate with Hip Hop Gamer. I enjoyed myself with Torrance Davis and all the other dudes on the War Zone, you know what I'm saying, on shuttheupandplay.com. shuttheupandplay.com. That's STFU and play.com. Please go and check them out on their channel, on their website. Anyway, I enjoyed myself. These dudes was pretty cool. If you heard the debate, you know what I'm saying, that was only 1 hour and 30 minutes of the show, because the show was really 3 hours long, but I, you know what I'm saying, edited it. I edited it so that you didn't have to listen to the whole show. But over the course of that debate, you know, it was a reoccurring theme that sparked the thought that kind of gave me the idea for this particular video. Now, you know, you see all this stuff laid out before you. You got the Triforce, Metroid, Mario, and Zelda. You got Rocky. You got Bruce Lee. You got the Avengers. You got Indiana Jones. You got the Lord of the Rings. Now, you know I got this stuff out here. You can kind of see Wii U games off to the side. You know why I got this stuff up here. I got it up here for a reason. So let's get it in. What I want to talk about in this video is perception. So the title of this video is going to be The Power of Perception. Now let's look at what perception is. Perception is the way you perceive something. You know, it's the mental image that is created in your head based off of information that is being given to you. And because of this information and the picture that you're creating, you form a perception based off of it. So, you know what I'm saying, if I put this before you, you know what I'm saying, I'm shaking it up, you know, you will perceive that this is getting cold. Your perception would be that this Kool-Aid is getting cold, you know what I'm saying? And when you hear me, you know what I'm saying, you perceive that I'm drinking it. Anyway, so that's how kind of what perception is, you know, it's how you perceive, it's how you understand the thing, right? And it's how you process. It's the end results of you processing information. It's what you form after you process information. So, in a debate we was talking about, you know what I'm saying, journalists and, you know, should journalists hold developers more accountable, with Hip Hop Gamer being a journalist. It then it spinned off to, you know what I'm saying, image and, you know what I'm saying, how Nintendo markets their product. You know, Nintendo caters more towards kids and casuals, where Sony caters towards hardcore and core. Microsoft caters towards hardcore and core. When you think of Sony, you think of Kratos. When you think of Microsoft, you think of Halo. When you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, that is all true. But when it comes to Nintendo, it's true, but it's one part of truth. Because yes, Nintendo does market towards casuals and kids, but Nintendo in its totality markets towards everyone. It's all inclusive. It wants the hardest of the hardcore as well as the casual of the casual and kids. You know, Sony wants everyone, but Sony markets more and gears their product more towards core, hardcore. You know what I'm saying? They want the hardest of hardcore. You know what I'm saying? The Kratos and all the blood and the mature, that's what they do. That's what they market. And then you got Microsoft, who used to be like that, but after Kinect hit the scene, Microsoft was kind of adapting the Nintendo approach of everyone. We want to reach and include everyone. We want to have the game for the hardest of the hardcore as well as the game for the casual of casuals. And now that with Microsoft, they're trying to become the centerpiece of your living room. Meaning they're trying to literally become your cable box. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to eliminate everything around it and cause you to do everything through the Xbox that you would do in your living room when you're watching your cable. They want all that. They want to kind of filter it through the Xbox. So they whole marketing and perception that they have for their system is changing. So in my opinion, Nintendo tries to get everyone. So, you know, I asked the question. I was like, who is creating the perception that Nintendo is for kids? You know what I'm saying? He said Nintendo. I don't agree. I say it's journalists. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Nintendo is not at fault, because Nintendo has to control the image and the perception of their product. You know what I'm saying? They need to control it by, you know what I'm saying, reaffirming, reestablishing the tone that they want to have for their brand, for their hardware, and damage controlling in its proper, you know what I'm saying, context, damage controlling anything that skews or mislead the customer to think anything other than what they're saying. If Nintendo say they want to encompass everyone, they need to make sure that is the tone that they continue to play in the eyes and the minds of the listeners, of the viewers, of the consumer. And anything that comes to change that, they damage control, they correct, they attack, you know what I'm saying? They attack like your body attack disease. They making sure that this is corrected and changed, right? So Nintendo is at fault, but who is creating the perception? It's two people that's creating this perception. It is journalists. Well, it's three. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo, let's cut Nintendo out, but you got the journalists, you got the hardcore and the core gamer, and then you got the developers. Now, who I believe is the most responsible for this is the journalists. Now, you got this right here, and I'm trying to be quick. You got the 3DS right here. When the 3DS came out in 2000, when it was first revealed, I don't remember what year, 2010, 2011, you know what I'm saying? They showed the glass-free 3D, and they did all what they did, and they really wowed the people. Wow, wow, wow. All right. The system is released, and I think it came out with Pilot Wings, and, I think Capcom released Street Fighters and some other games, but it's so good for, you know what I'm saying, initial sales was decent, but then it kind of fell off. And around this time, you know, the developers, not the developers, but the journalists started to, well, the developers started to, you know what I'm saying, to abandon ship, and they didn't release no game. They didn't release any games for it. Then the journalists started to paint the picture that this is for casual and kids, and it's really not for the core and hardcore gamer. It's nothing there for us. It's gimmicky. You know what I'm saying? The 3D is not good. All this stuff. They started to paint the picture. And then you had the hardcore and the core gamer running with this message. And, you know, they go to NeoGAF. They go to Eurogamer, N4G, you know, IGN, you know what I'm saying, comment sections. And all these people, they started to run with this message, all right? Then the Vita show up. And then it get real thick. Now the Vita is for the hardcore and the core because it can do, you know, almost 3D level, PS3 level graphics and Xbox 360 level graphics. And the Vita is going to come and it's going to stomp a mud hole in the 3DS. And it's really going to put it in its place and show just how dated the hardware is, right? Then all of a sudden, Nintendo, you know, saying within 4 to 6 months, cuts the price, start releasing product for it. You know, they re-released Zelda, Ocarina of Time, you know, Fox comes out, and then they release 3 Mario. And then all of a sudden, the sales start to boom, and the system starts to sell like hotcakes, especially in Japan. You still had Michael Pachter saying it's a pointless system, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. Then all of a sudden, 2013, you go on NeoGAF, you go on these websites, IGN. Now it's the system to own. The 3DS. The Vita, they still don't bash the Vita, but they don't say nothing about it. But the 3DS is the system to own now. if you're a hardcore and core gamer, you might need to look at the 3DS and purchasing it. Right? The perception changed. Who changed it? Because Nintendo didn't change the hardware. The hardware didn't change. You know what I'm saying? The capabilities of the hardware is still the same that it was when they first released it. So what changed? It was the software. It was the sales. You know, Nintendo started to release them first-party IPs that started to sell. Then the developers jumped back on the ship and started producing for it. All of a sudden now the journalists try to not look stupid. So now all of a sudden it's a beast of a system. Now the journalist is changing the perception. But the perception that they was creating before was it was for kids. It was for casuals. Now, you have the Wii U on the scene. Doing the exact same thing. It's not selling. It's too late. The hardware is not capable. It's really, they messed up with the Wii because the Wii was geared towards casuals and kids. And, you know, the Wii U message is confusing. No one knows about what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is it just a controller for the Wii? Is it a new system? Which is some of it is truthful because Nintendo has not come out and damage controlled the message, and they're allowing the journalists and the gaming community to create the mental image that is created in the consumer's mind. So if you're a hardcore, you're a core gamer, if you listen to IGN, if you listen to Kotaku, if you go to NeoGAF, if you go to N4G, if you go to Eurogamer, most of the information you're going to get there is going to be, this is not for you, this is late, it's a weak system, it's a, you know, Pachter said it's a piece of crap, you know what I'm saying? The perception is out there, this is not for you, this is really for casuals and kids, and not even they know what it is, which is kind of true because Nintendo has done a horrible job of marketing this thing. But why don't this happen with movies? You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that kept showing up or coming up in the debate with Hip Hop Gamer is the ratings. You know, Nintendo, another reason Nintendo is for kids and casuals is because they don't make mature games. No, none of their games have M on the box. You know, Microsoft, you know, they got Halo, which is M-rated. A lot of the multiplats is M-rated. You look at PS3, a lot of the games are M-rated. And that's for, you know what I'm saying, the mature and adults. That's what the hardcore want. As if a rating is what make a game hardcore. So, I got all these movies before you that are not rated R. And I think it's very hardcore. Avengers, Real Steel, Star Trek, Total Recall, all PG-13. That's, you know what I'm saying, Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, PG-13, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, PG-13, Rocky. You know Rocky was hardcore. PG. And the fifth one was PG-13. Bruce Lee. People. PG. Now, the funny thing is, no one would say those are not hardcore. Nobody would say Bruce Lee ain't hardcore. His movies was PG. You know what I'm saying? So, who is creating this perception? It is the journalists and the gaming community. And it's very retarded. You know, because to me, between Call of Duty and this game right here, this game is way hardcore, more hardcore than Call of Duty. Way more hardcore. Way better than Call of Duty. Right? Not to knock Call of Duty, but just to be honest and be truthful, Metroid is way harder, way more hardcore than Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? You got The Legend of Zelda. You know, now Skyward Sword was a little lighter than, you know what I'm saying, this Zelda. But you play that Zelda and tell me if it ain't got a dark theme to it like a Lord of the Rings. But it's for kids, right? It's rated teen. Just like Lord of the Rings. So it's in the perception. It's in how you perceive a thing. Now, the sad thing is you have a lot of these gamers, and I'm about to close. You have a lot of these gamers who swear up and down that they don't play anything but M-rated games, and they'll never be found playing a Mario, as if their manhood is attacked if they play Mario or Metroid or Zelda. And it just shows that your perception is jacked up. Because any male, especially males, I don't know if women do this, but any male that think that their manhood is based off of the game they play ain't really got a manhood. But anyway, I'm about to close. Like, subscribe, follow, leave your comments down below. Deuces!